Hey guys, welcome back to Rocket Gyan, my fellow space tubers. Okay, we are here to witness one of the, you can say, in the future it will be a revolutionary change for a Chinese rocket industry, because this rocket, which you are right now seeing on the pad, is their newest rocket named as Long March 8. And this rocket will be capable of reflight after reusing the boosters. And what is special about reusing this one? So as you can see here in this rocket, we have a central core as well as two boosters attached to it, right? And during its reusability, it will be reusing the central core attached to its booster, which means the landing will be such that the central core will be attached to the booster when it will be landing. I mean, wow, that is so cool. Hi Mark, we love your work, love the passion, Jai Jai. Okay, thank you so much, Mark. And Nathan Stevie, hi Brandon, hi host of Solomon, hi Kim Jong, and yeah, hi everyone. So it looks like everything is going fine right now, and we do have a go for the launch. It's approximately T minus 38 minutes from the launch, and yeah. So talking about the rocket, I'll tell you each and everything. So don't worry about anything. Hi Tyler. So, guys, I'll tell you everything about this rocket, so don't worry right now. But let me just tell you about just a sec. Yeah, the rocket itself. So this rocket, which you can see here, it has a central core booster as well as the upper stage. So this one, the boosters which are attached to it are not detachable, will not be detachable in the future. Right now we don't know whether it will be detachable or not. We do have nav area warning, which you can say somehow confirm that it won't be detachable. So yeah, that's the thing. And this liquid fuel side boosters are there, the central core is there and the upper stage is there. So the central core is ignited at the liftoff and the boosters are not ignited. So that's the thing. And then the boosters are ignited during the flight, and the each side booster uses the YF-100 engine, which was being used in Long March 11 rockets also. So the YF-100 engine is being used in the side boosters, and the same engine is being used in the central core also, the YF-100 engine. And the engine actually uses RP1 as well as the LOX as its fuel. So it is a, you can say, a step towards having a rocket fuel which is not hypergolic and not toxic in nature. Okay, so that's the thing. And so this central core booster, unlike any booster, will have the grid fins as well as the landing legs. I'll have the animation for you guys to see whether how it looks like and everything. So don't worry about it. And these engines have a specific impulse of around 300 seconds in sea level and 335 seconds in a vacuum. Although this the engines which they will be using is a YF-100 engine, but when the booster will be reused, and the reusability is you can say scheduled to have in almost 3 years or so. And then the engine type will be 500K engine, because right now the YF-100 engine is not optimized for multiple um, reignite as well as throttling. So the that engine will be basically optimized to ignite multiple time as well as have throttling capabilities. Yeah, sorry. That's the thing. And then the Long March 8 second stage is a liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen upper stage, which is very optimized. I mean, when the I love when the second stage is a liquid hydrogen, liquid oxygen uh, fuel tank and booster, because the second stage, when it has a liquid hydrogen, liquid oxygen tank, then the specific impulse of a very small tank is also very high. That's what the advantage of liquid hydrogen, liquid oxygen in the second stage is. So this engine, the second stage has YF-75 engine on board, which was being used in Long March 3A rocket, and it has a specific impulse of 438 seconds, which means it can deliver around 4.3 kilometers per second of delta V in it. So that's the thing. And we can see it right standing on the pad and waiting for the liftoff to happen. Although the Chinese media and Chinese officials haven't released anything about the liftoff time and what will be the rocket profile, but there have been some speculations that this rocket, although they are not reusing this rocket, but this rocket is scheduled, or you can say is expected to perform a boost back burn. Yeah, like what Falcon 9 does, and then it lands on the landing zone, right? So this is scheduled to have a one boost back burn, although we don't know much about it, but yeah, speculation suggests that it will be having a boost back burn, although it won't be landing on the landing pad, but nearby the ocean of Hainan Island. So I'll take your questions, so don't worry. So um, Samuel Kirk says, "Will they show us the booster land?" No, this is the official. This isn't the official stream which you are right now seeing. This is the unofficial stream, and officials have not confirmed anything. And this booster is not uh, expected to land, but expected to perform a boost back burn and then land nearby Hainan Island. That's what it is. But we don't know for sure what will happen. So right now, Terry says, I don't think this particular booster will attempt to recover. Yes, launch will not attempt to recover. विघ्नेश asks, वह भाई बूस्टर लैंड कैसे होगा? तो फैल्कन 9 जैसे, हाँ फैल्कन 9 जैसे ड्रोन शिप पर ही होने वाला लैंडिंग, बट राइट नाउ वी डोंट नो एनीथिंग. Everything, anything we know is not rigid right now because of the nature of Chinese space agencies, that they try to keep it very secretive until the last moment. So that's the thing. And now we know about the rocket, so we can have a look at the mission profile which will be using in the future. Okay, and some of the pics of it. So you can see here, this is how the Long March 8 rocket looks like, with the boosters attached as well as the central core booster. So this central core will have two YF-100 engine, and these boosters will have one YF-100 engine. So keep out for that. And this booster will burn for approximately, the central core booster will burn for approximately 15 seconds after the side boosters cut off. That's what it is planned. Okay, and this is one of the other pick which is of this booster. And then this mission profile which we can have a look at. So here you can see right now. Okay, so right now this is the animated version which was released some years back of this rocket, when it will be reused and everything. So that is what it is. So right now you can see it will be ignited at the booster will be ignited at the liftoff time, and the side boosters will not be ignited. You can see, and now the side boosters have been ignited and everything is looking good. The max q is achieved, we can see it here. And then the side, the first stage separates, and this is how it will be different from the Falcon 9. It will be landing, yes, literally it will be landing with the boosters attached. You can see it here in action. The grid fins will be there. Grid fins they have already tested in Shenzhou capsule. So yes, that is tested, but not the landing one. And then the landing legs will be deployed, and then one of the YF-100 engine of the central core will reignite for the landing, as you can see here. Then it will land in the midst of the ocean. That's what it is expected to do once it is capable of reflight and reusability. Okay, and now talking about the nav area restrictions. So you can see here that here we have some restrictions. I mean, this area as well as this area, we only have two um, restrictions. That could be because of one fairing one, and one about the booster separation, as well as the central core booster separation, as well as the side booster separation. So since we don't have any other nav area restriction, that means the booster will be separated along with the side boosters. So in this mission profile also, I don't think so that there will be a side booster separation. That's what I wanted you to see from this note, the nav area restriction. Sorry. And yeah, the stream, I think they're trying to, yeah, okay. Hi, Lucy and Muzza. Thank you for joining in. And guys, if you want to support the channel, Patreon link is down in the description. You can always join that. As well as for one-time funding, super chat is always enabled. It really helps the channel to stay alive and have these awesome coverages for you guys with me hosting it live for you and answering all your questions. So if you like what I do, you can support me on Patreon, as well as for one-time funding, super chat is enabled. No, they are not landing this thing, right? But boost back burn they can perform, and we don't know, but yeah, that's what it is speculated. We are T minus 27 minutes from the launch. Everything is looking go for the launch. And yes, guys, if you have any other question, you can surely ask me, and I'll try to answer your question as much as possible. Why so foggy? Foggy is there because it's winter time in here, and that's why you can see it. Although this will be launched from the Hainan Island, but yeah, fog is always there. Is this as powerful as LM5? No. Yeah, I forgot to tell you about the payload capacity of this thing. The payload capacity of this thing for geotransfer orbit is around 2.8 tons, and for sun synchronous orbit of 700 kilometers, it is around 5 tons, and the LEO configuration for the low Earth orbit, it is around 7.8 tons if I'm not wrong, or 8 tons. I don't remember right now, but yeah, 7 to 8 tons. Hi Labrat, how are you? Hi Kask, thank you so much for the appreciation. And yes, okay, so the stream also has some audio with it, but they are speaking in Chinese. Do you want to listen to it or not? Yes, Samuel, I mean, uh, it becomes really, sometimes it becomes really difficult to manage all these things. You are right. I do have some my own work and I do that in regular basis, but it becomes difficult to manage, and uh, that's when your support comes. If you are not supporting me, I don't know whether I'll be able to do all these things or not. This is my passion, I know, but it becomes really difficult to manage all these things. Okay, MVM. Can you, Pasi says, can you make a comparison of it with other reusable launch vehicle? Um, okay, so right now we only have Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy as the reusable launch vehicle. Starship is in development. um, New Glenn is there, but it is also in development. So the mission profile or the how it will be reused, and also the Rocket Lab is being reused. So Rocket Lab is a different concept how it will be reused. Rocket Lab will be using parachutes for reusability, and SpaceX uses propulsive landing, right? So that's the thing. And here also it will be using propulsive landing rather than the parachutes. So yes, so this will be like the reusability profile will be most likely with in similarity with Falcon 9 only, because it will be trying to be landing on the ocean, and you will most likely see something like a drone ship which will give a platform to land, but right now we don't know anything what is rigid actually, because everything which we know is just the speculations. And guys, uh, for the chat, I just want to let you know that please keep the chat clean, as we are here for the science and space, right? We are team space and space tubers, so let's just keep that, and uh, let's just keep politics and science aside. Means they are two different things, so we are here for science, let's just keep it like that only. Yes, Tony, Zool LM8R is the reusable one which we have. I mean, the LM8, the Long March 8 is the right now it's not being reused. It's being flown in the expandable configuration. But the LM8R will be reusable, and it will be launched in around 3 years or 5 years from now. Thanks, Cosmo, for that. Really appreciate it. And if you want to support, you can always do that. Super chat is there. Patreon is there. So yeah. New Shepard is a reusable launch vehicle, but it is like going, just going up and coming down for a suborbital trajectory. It is not a orbital class booster which is being reused. So right now only Falcon 9 has its capability from in going into the orbit and then being reused. Although not going into the orbit totally, but pushing something into the orbit, that is a better saying. So yes. Okay, so satellites which are being launched on this, I totally forgot to tell you about that. There are some satellites which are being launched on this rocket. It's not a dummy payload which is being launched. There is one classified payload of CNSA um, which is said as XJY7 payload, which simply means new technology validation. Okay, so that is one of the payload. That's the primary payload, I should say. And then we have two smaller payloads also. The first is the uh, Tanky 12 satellite made by Guardian Gauke. It's a 6U CubeSat and it is a demonstration payload for a Internet of Things constellation. So it is also a very interesting mission. There will be 38 such satellites in the full constellation, and this is right now one of them. The second rideshare payload is called ET Smart RSS, and it has been developed by Ethiopian Space Science and Technology Institute. They work together with Beijing Smart Satellite Technology, and this is also a 6U nano satellite whose purpose is for the Earth observation, which will provide services to both China and the countries of Africa. That's are the payload. One is the classified one and two are the commercial one. So as you can see here, it has been carrying some commercial rockets on sorry commercial payloads onto this rocket. So that means, and yes, it has been publicized this like this only, that Long March 8 rocket will be commercialized, and most of the launches will be streamed live because it is commercialized, and also it will be most publicized rocket of all the lineups, because this Long March 8 has been developed keeping in mind the commercial sector and to attract the satellite launch market. We are 16 minutes and 55 seconds around and counting until this thing lifts off. I'm so happy to see this, and I mean, wow. Hi Alex, and I'm very happy because we are getting at least some other not competitor, but I should say some other country or organization which is right now planning to do something with the reusability. Although many countries are now going in for reusable rockets, like Roscosmos is there with the Amur rocket, if I'm not wrong, with the reusability in mind. And then we have ISRO is also planning for a VTVL technology with the Admire rocket. So yeah. Any other country which is looking in for reusability right now? No, I don't think so. USA has multiple. No, yeah, the Chinese private companies are there. The private rocket companies are there. Link Space and there are also which are looking for reusability. I mean, they are scheduled to perform a hop. Link Space is scheduled to perform a hop in 2021 and then launch later in that year. The private rocket company of China. This is the private rocket company of China. It's more like SpaceX, but it's not a bigger rocket which they are making. It's more like attracting the small sat market. So yeah, that's the thing. So the thing with China is we don't get to know much about what is going on in the China with the space activities, right? And China is slowly going way ahead of any other country. I can see that with the recent missions of Chang'e 5 and the Tianwen-1 Mars mission, and then of thinking about this reusability. I mean, they are not leaving any checkbox ticked. I mean, empty. Sorry, they are not leaving any checkbox empty. They are going in for everything, and that is so cool. Means every country and every other yeah, if there's a country, then yeah, country should do that, encourage in reusability as well as perform some ambitious missions like Chang'e 5, which they did, and the Tianwen-1, which they are doing. So yeah. So let me see if we do have any update on the launch timings also. Right now we don't seem to have any update, but let me just see it once. No, nothing as such.
对，遥感卫星其实都不便宜，而其实绝大部分卫星都不便宜。一般情况下，卫星都是比火箭贵的。
Hi, thank you so much for that $6 super chat that Taiwan cannot help. Thank you so much. Good luck to LM8. Yes, let's hope this thing flies and it's a successful mission, because although they are using the boosters from the other rockets and the engines from the other rockets, but this is still a new rocket and this is its first flight. So yeah, the chances of success are good enough, but still low. Thanks, Alex. The launch window. Okay, so talking about the launch window, we have this is not an instantaneous launch window. We had some time of the actual launch. I mean, the launch timing is like 10 a.m. to 10. Sorry, the launch time is around. Launch window is for 23 minutes. Yeah, 23 minutes. That's the thing.
这次是极轨卫星，对。
Yes, Samuel. I mean, the Chinese do have some good relations with some countries, and there we have good uh, launches from their rockets. We don't know about that. Will the funding will be there for link space? Because of anything is not been publicized yet, so that's why.
大概10分钟左右。
Well, people say that CNSA budget is for around $5.5 billion, but we can't actually know right now for whether we will be having, I mean, whether they are actually having $5.5 billion as their budget, because of secrecy and everything. So yeah.
5号是同一发射平台，它是这个现在这个天气看摆杆也看不清什么。
Yes, yes, Ishit Prayan admires ISRO's Admire rocket is one of the reusable rocket technology which they are working right now. So whenever they will have a launch for that, I'll be there with you talking about that also. So yeah, that's the thing. I don't know about the CNSA budget, but just I am telling you that we don't know, anything is not made public by CNSA. So we don't know about the budget. Like NASA recently or yesterday only, the NASA's budget was released for fiscal year 2021, and it's estimated to be around 27 or 21 billion dollars for a year, and it has around $7 billion allocated for the science, around $800 million for this their HLS, the human landing system for the Artemis. And yeah, the NASA has released their budget recently, and it has been very good, talking about, because whatever they have asked, mostly they have got, and some in some situations they have got extra only. So yeah, we are T minus 9 minutes from the launch, guys. And what about the nicer project? The nicer project is going on very cool, very nicely, and in 2022 it will be launched. So when it will be launched, I'll talk more about it. So let's focus on the Long March 8 rocket itself right now. Warren says, thanks for covering these launches from the other countries. I am an American, but definitely Team Space. The more competition, the better. Yes, Warren, in the space, I don't think so. There is a competition, but yeah, the race should be there, not the competition. And then the collaboration should happen. That's how we will excel in space. That's what I believe in, and that's why I cover all the launches that happens in the space industry, not only specific to a in country, because I believe the space is fully global, and no single country can do whatever it wants to do in space. Like for the moon, the Artemis mission is an international collaboration mission. The ISS is an international collaboration. For a country to do everything by itself, it will be very costly and very risky too. So international collaboration is always and always there in space race, or you can say space technology. They are not planning to land winds, they are just launching this rocket, although boost back burn is planned, expected to be there, but we don't know much about it. No, K. Parmar, it won't be landing. This is, you can say, it's a wannabe rocket of reusability. This is right now being launched in expandable configuration, like the Falcon 1 did, and then it was reusable. Obviously the Falcon 1 and Falcon 9 is a different, but Falcon 9 also launched, if I'm not wrong, in first of its one of its launches as expandable configuration, and then the reusability happened. So that's what China is doing right now. This will be launched in expandable configuration with no reusability, although they will be testing the technology for reusability for like we have a stage separation with the boosters attached. This will, I think they will be testing, as well as then the boost back burn, which will revert the trajectory near the ocean. I don't know what are their plans, whether they will be recovering it from the oceans or what, I don't know yet, but yeah. Do we have any other update? Let me just see it once. It is right now. Yep. It's right now scheduled to be launched at the time only. We don't know much about it, but it's looking like it will be launched. So let's hope it is launching in just 5 minutes from now. Yes, yes, Parmar, you can say that the separation will be like GSLV Mark II, which, but the GSLV Mark II had a solid booster with the solid booster for the first stage, right? The central core, but here we have the liquid fuel booster with the engines attached, so it will be a bit different, because when the solid fuel is you can say completely burned, then very little mass of the booster is left, but here we will be having the engines, the tank and everything. for the booster. So it will be a different detachment, but
因为今
yeah,
天这个能
we
见
will
度
be
不好，
testing
不
it.
太确定啊。如果说是助推器上的那个白雾已经不再喷了的话，那就是说那个泄压阀门已经关闭了。泄压阀门关闭了以后，它应该是距离这个发射已经很近了。这载人还是用长征 2F， 因为长征 2F 可靠性高。
So the time which you are right now seeing is approximation only. We don't know whether it will be launched at that time because
没有这个
nothing is being released officially yet.
这个水蒸气了的话，就马
Yeah,
上就要发射了。大家可以看一下那
so
摆
it
杆，
can be like
摆杆打
the
开的话
countdown
是还有
has
10秒。
been come to 0, but
但是现在摆杆还没有打开，咱们先就因为现在
we
看这个
don't
白
know
雾已经
whether it
不
will
太
be
好看
launched
了
at that time
因
or
为
not.
天气太差了，咱们就看那个摆杆吧，就是架着那个架着火箭的那个摆杆。
So I think now I should increase the desktop audio also.
摆杆打开
Should be whenever it ignites, I'll increase the audio for them for you to listen about the launch sound. Yeah.
准备好
What propellant does Long March 8 use? Well, for the central core booster as well as the side booster, it uses RP1 and LOX as its fuel. And for the upper stage, it uses liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen as its fuel. And it is carrying 3 payloads. Yes, Cas. One is the classified payload of the CNSA. Two are the commercial satellites. One is the CubeSat 6U CubeSat of some Chinese startup, and the another one is Ethiopian Space Agency with in collaboration with this Beijing Space Agency or what I don't remember, but in collaboration with China is being launched the NanoSat. Yeah, it's looking very uh, very silent right now. Let's hope this thing launches at that time only. Oh, so we have liftoff, ignition and liftoff of this rocket. Okay, so it apparently had happened. And come on, lift! Wow! And here we have. Uh, so it went into the clouds, and we don't know whether it will be what will happen to the rocket. But we saw the liftoff, right? And yeah, wow, it was a very I mean, it was very
这
sudden.
个云层太厚了，直接进云了。
Okay.
又是看了个寂寞，真是保密级的天气。
So the thing has been launched and it is up in the space.
不过现场的采音好像不
Let's
是特
hope
别
this
的好，
thing is successful. And
大家没有真正看到这个声音。刚才好多人问为什么这个发射的时候没有声音，因为声音传过来是需要时间
see,
的。
right now the thing will be, will be waiting for the CCTV to broadcast something about this rocket launch. That's what we are waiting for whenever it is successful. So let's hope we are here till then that time.
等了3天，看了3秒是吧？确实是这样的。真是等了3天，看了3秒。
If we didn't had any fog or so we would have seen this rocket actually going into the space, but
现在还不好说有没有发射成功。
it was not the case. Why did the launch count down a bit earlier? Because we didn't have the official timeline of the event. It was just an approximate which we had. So yeah. And so let me just try to have it again for you. I mean, uh, let me just play it back for you.
而且现场还有人在放烟放炮是什么意思？这个习俗还是很神奇的。
Just a sec. So here we have, let me just have it for you. Just a sec. So here we are. You can see it again, the replay of the launch.
现场还有好多人在放烟火。
So it was a very sudden one because we didn't expect it to have been launched with, you can say, at that time, but yeah, it launched. So let's see what actually happened. Okay. And ignition, you can see here, and then lift off. Okay, so the side boosters were also ignited at the, so this was a speculation which we were thinking about, like the booster, the central core booster will be ignited, and then the side boosters are also ignited, and then the booster also performed a roll maneuver. Okay, so that's a bit weird, but did you see that? Okay, let me just tell you one thing here. For this rocket, can you see that it is like sitting on the launch pad in a sideways configuration? Can you see that? I mean, it's not totally sideways, but at an angle. These boosters are from this here, you can see it is at an angle, some angle or so. And why is it so? Because this, the launch pad which it is using, is being used by this Long March 11 rocket also. If I'm not wrong, the Long March 11 rocket has more boosters attached. It is just like two booster configuration of the Long March 11. So that's why it is like trying to use its launch pad. So that's why the configuration of the boosters is like this. Again, if you want to see, so the flame is also uh, same, the flame color is same as you can see here, and not different as in Long March 5 rocket, because the fuel which it is using is same for the boosters and everything. Why the speed of element so fast? You can say, yeah, it was pretty fast. I must say that it was pretty fast. Maybe the engines which they are using, obviously the thrust to weight ratio was fast, so we can say was high, so we can say that maybe it is not fully fueled right now. Maybe that's why, don't know, but yeah. Thanks, Ghost of Solomon. But I'm having a pretty good look at their news channels also. So if anything happens there, I'll switch over to that. And you can also actually tell me whenever they come live for this news broadcast. Whenever it is successful, they will be broadcasting it. When will it land? Arpita Malik asked. We don't know yet. It won't be landing, it will be crashing into the ocean. It's winter time, folks, so it is most probably fog in there, which you are right now seeing. Because why am I saying that? Because we, as you can see, this thing was launched from the island, okay, Hainan Island, and the pollution levels there near the sea are pretty low. So that's the thing. Where is the trend tracking? They could have tracked, but the clouds and the fog had the visibility to zero. So yeah,
一级和助推级用的是液氧煤油。对，一会儿看新闻的这个官方的报道吧。还没有吃饭呢。对，已经发射了，这个火箭已经飞走了。
so anything else you want me to have? I can. I'm just waiting for. Although it will be like a good time until they come live.
因为大家其实仔细看的话，每个塔上每个不同的
It's been like 9 minutes until the liftoff, right? So
绿色环保。
let's see what happens.
哎，这真是就是这种火箭发射真是等3天。
We can wait for like 15 minutes or so, so we get some confirmation on the news. I'm having a close look at that. So
为了看这3秒钟，
yeah,
真的是
Emery Hersey pointy end up and flamey end down. Yes, that's what it was. So hope it is a successful mission.
新级是那个液氢液氧。胖5的新级那个液氢液氧发动机虽然说比冲比较高，但是它的动力很低，所以胖5刚发射的时候完全靠4个助推顶上去的。所以说整体来说
I don't know what he is saying, but
会比较慢一些，因为它整体质量比较大。但是这个长8呢，它的新级和助推级都是液氧煤油，它的推力还是很大的，所以它初始的加速度要比这个长5快一些。对，已经点过火了。下次用红外波段。对，这个红外的设备买不起。对，一会儿就入云了。对，以后还是要找个好天气啊，就是比如
waiting for 3 days for that 3 seconds. I don't know. Okay. Okay. Oh, I mean, okay.
发的这个天文仪
Got
套
it.
一样啊，它其实那个时候天气就比较好。但是现在这个天气，不过冬天海南的天气确实是不太好。
Yeah, I can feel them, whosoever was recording this thing, because initially it was planned for like 20th December, and then it was scrubbed due to weather, and then it launched on 22nd December. And yeah, he is right. He actually waited for some like 3 days for this to happen, and the visibility was for 3 seconds only.
长5的推重比1比2嘛，这个长8是1比4，所以说长8的加速度会很快一些。对，天和号核心舱嘛，应该是在3月份发射。不过我们现在还在想，这个长8这个火箭发完了以后，下一发这个长7会在什么时候发？因为长7甲现在应该是要复飞了，然后这个长7甲是在发这个天和号核心舱之前还是在之后？我们在想这个问题。但是有一个问题就是4月份长7是要发那个什么呢？4月份长7是要发那个4月份长期是要发那个，就是之前4月份要发那个天舟嘛，天舟号货运飞船嘛，所以说应该在4月份之前
and I'm looking at it, so whenever it comes live, that's why I'm in waiting. Like I'll be waiting for around T plus 15 minutes or 20 minutes or so, and then if anything doesn't come, I'll end the stream. But yeah, I'm waiting for the official something to have.
再发一个长期，但是这个时间应该还没有定。
Mark, this won't be landing as such because this is being launched in an expandable configuration. right now, but in future it will be landing. So that at that time also, once CNSA is fully confident about landing and everything, and reusability and recovering also, then only we can expect some landing footage. Although this is a commercialized rocket, so they should be showing every footage which they can, because that's how they will gain public support and more launches can come on this rocket, but we don't know. Thanks. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but thanks, Zhang. The weather is not good today. Okay.
对，一眨眼火焰就没有了，因为今天天气不太好。
I initially thought that I could have like some KSP simulation for this thing, but um, because obviously the stream quality which we will get from the
因
actual
为这
stream
个太
won't be
阳
very
同步轨
good.
道的
But
话，
then
是
I
需要
thought,
转移的，就是说
how will I
太
make
阳
one
同步轨道的话，
KSP
在文
simulation
昌
for
这个
this
地方
thing,
发
because
的
we
话，
don't know the
是需
mission
要绕
profile
半圈
now.
的，需要
So
绕地球一圈。
how? So
所以
that's
说要
why I
看
just
这
dropped that
个
plan.
要看大红屏的话，至少要等40分钟左右，就大概要等个40分钟甚至1小时左右，才能确认它是否真的发射出。
Okay. What else could be done now till we get the official confirmation? Maybe we can attempt this mission in KSP with the landing as well as recovering of the booster. Although it, in KSP I don't have drone ship right now,
试
so
试了80
it
级只有一
won't
次
be
这样做
landing
成功，
onto the
那它
drone
可能是
ship.
需
Maybe
要
onto the
漂移一
land.
段时间。
Sorry, maybe onto the river
不吃
or
文
the
昌鸡了，
ocean,
我觉得
whatever
文
it
昌鸡
has.
是一个非常可怕的食物。大家如果想体验一下的话，可以去体验一下。
Yes, this is live and we are right now T plus 12 minutes until it has been lifted off from the pad. No, it has been like 15 minutes.
对啊，它其实不是当然确实它速度很快，它加速度比长五要快很多。对，我觉得比白切鸡还可怕，这是我也是同感，就是白切鸡还可怕，文昌鸡。
When is the
就是说，
separation?
我觉
Very
得白
bad
切鸡
says
可能会更适
it
合
will be
在
like 40 minutes to 1 hour for the launch
还是
result.
流生的吃呢。
Um, let's hope that it is a pretty fast rocket to the orbit,
清补凉还是
because I don't know what will I do till then. Obviously, if it is success, then there will be for sure a news coverage about it, and I am looking forward to that, because in that news coverage we will get pretty good shots of the rocket and what
然后长
actually
五呢
is
是比其他
happening
四个
there
火箭
and what
长
actually
五是
happened there.
最大的火箭，然后长七是属于比较大的火箭然后呢长八和长六呢就是替代之前的老火箭。对，因为长征七甲主要是为了发大卫星嘛，然后呢长五呢是主要是为了升空探测。
And if we have any Chinese friends here, so if they can translate what he's saying, it would be so good. I forgot to have my subtitles for this thing because I didn't expect any official coverage or anything in Chinese to happen, but it is happening, so you can
长三乙应该还能赶得上
contribute in that.
长三乙就说原来这个老的火箭呢不会短时间内退役的，就是说它是需要有一个逐渐的交接的一个过程，因为现在新的这个像一个新型的火箭真正要成熟起来差不多是要3到4年3、4年的时间是肯定有的，就至少需要个3、4年的时间。 以后长8也不能说吧，就看这一次能不能发射会不会有问题了。就如果这一次发射没问题的话，后面长8会有很多任务。长9可能还要再等个10年左右吧，长9至少要再等个10年左右。对，长3乙能再用个10年，差不多。完全退役的话，真的差不多要个10年左右。长8以后主要是太阳同步轨道，用来发太阳同步轨道的。然后长6的话是发一些小卫星，长11的话是发更小的卫星，然后长7的话就为了发那个大型的同步卫星。然后长征5号呢就是空间站，还有这个深空探测。说是2028年首飞，但是说句实话，就目前这个国际上的这个情况来看的话，像这种火箭的这个研发都是往后推的，就没有提前的，都是往后推的。就是说，所以就长久的这个技术难度来看的话，我觉得长久延后个2年是很正常。比如说长5其实就是已经延后了至少5年左右吧，就比原计划。长5真正稳定下来，现在应该算长5算是稳定下来了，因为从长5 B 型到天问1号到长征5号都是成功的。这个3发长5过去以后，应该整体来说长5都是，长5这个系列应该是已经稳定下来了，就应该算今年才是真
Okay,
正意义上
thanks
的这个
for the
长5
translation,
但
Yang.
长5之前的
Keep
计
on
划的时
doing
间
that.
表来看，
Till that time, I'm waiting for any official coverage, and I'll switch over to that.
推了3年吧，至少。但是也不好说。对，我觉得2030年长5出来应该是一个比较合适的一个时间，就目前的研发进度。长5的新级，长5的新级那个是921吧，捆好多新级，那个应该是921的火箭。对，当然这个都是我私下里说的啊，这不是官方说的话，因为我们都是一个人直播间嘛，就只能是代表我个人的一个观点。三角街那个我也吃过呀，没感觉太好。怎么说呢？依个人口味自行去品尝吧，我就不太
Should
多
we
说了。
make this mission in KSP?
但是921这个东西也是要等一段时间，因为像这么多火箭放在一起，这么多发动机放在一起，还是有一定风险。不过发完了确实风小了。对，这个载人的只有长 2F 改，因为它其实一直是在做这个载人的这个航天发射。
Okay, we can do that. Let me have that open for you guys. Long March 9 will be like super heavy launch vehicle if
应
I'm
该是
not
快
wrong.
了，应该快有那个
And
展
it
示，
will
大家去
support
看一看
human
新闻。
flight also,
应
human
该快
space
有快有
flight also. I don't know, but that's what I have heard. There is some. They switch over to some
我看到官方
news
消息
coverage,
是有
but we
20
don't
点
know
火的，
whether it will be like
这次现在应该还是
this
处于
news
火
coverage
星
or
阶段。
not.
这次发射是有2次点火的，所以说还是要再等一会儿，那个才能得出结果。有官宣
It's
了
like
吗？
22 minutes
央视
since it
发了是
has
吧？
been launched.
那就应该是成功了。
So let's hope what we get.
OK， 那就成功了，还是挺好的。第一次就成功，还是挺不容易的。
Yes, yes, it is going on to a new mission. That's an extended mission for the orbiter. It is basically going into Earth Sun Lagrange point 1. That is in the L1 point where the Earth's gravity as well as Sun's gravity
央视已经
cancels
说
out.
成功
That's
了，
what
那就真
that
的
point is. So the orbit is quite stable
对
there.
2级关机了。
And I think that is for initially it is for to study the sun, and then after going there, if they want to do anything else, I mean, initially they plan to
这次
go.
一共
Initially
发了
we
有一个主
speculated
卫
that they
星，还
plan to go
有
for
4
an
个
asteroid mission,
还有4个
but
小
then
的那
they
个立方星。不过那个小的立方星就是搭
were
上去的
doing this
土星啊，是
sun
那
mission.
个新技术验证7号。
There was second.
对，20点火要绕半圈。
Okay.
哦，是吧？我看看那个 China 航天的这个说法。我刚才好像 China 航天还发了一张我们的截图呢，我还转了。
So we didn't get
但因
any.
为我这边又管
CCTV
这个
said
直
is
播，又
that
管
what
这
they said? I
个
mean, I am looking in for the coverage.
哦，新华社已经发出来了，对，新华社已经发出来了。
一些全国人大代表、政协委员以及一
It's
些
not
社会公
looking
众
like that
也
what is
纷纷的
what
呼
is
吁
happening here
用
right
法律
now.
的手段来制止餐饮浪费。可以说，反食品浪费立法是势在必。
It has been lifted off, Ifan Yuan. This is the just the pad coverage right now, which you are seeing here. After liftoff. Hopefully, we get some updates about it on the news channel. Waiting
好
for it.
的，那这一次这个发射呢，就圆满的成功了。央视新闻也发了是吧？
Official success,
好
is
的
it? Let me just see this thing once. If it is a success, then we can expect it to be covered in CCTV in just no time. Just a sec, I can
今天天气
confirm
不太
that.
好，不太清楚。
Yes, it was a successful launch, and Xinhua has reported it a successful launch. So waiting for CCTV also to report.
谢谢下一次的3个办卡，多谢支持。
Okay, let me have that for you. Just a sec.
对，长征8号回收型的不会那么快的。
Officials has confirmed, yes, it has been. Yes, guys, this mission is has been successful.
对，官方
Now
官
just
方也
waiting
是
for the CCTV coverage.
因为
I think
这
Xinhua
个火
has
箭发
covered
射
it.
的时
Let
候
me
都
just
是
see.
在这附近拍的，不会差到哪里去。所以你们在这儿看的是5秒，别的地方看也是5秒，不会有太大的差别的。对，好像 China 航天转的是我这儿的图。这主要是今天天气不好，要天气好的话，其实这个尾焰的话能看很久。
Status is success. Yes. Okay, so finally it has been a success. That's a good
好，我
news
们
to
再
hear.
聊个几分钟吧，我们就差不多了，因为发射就结束了嘛。再聊一会儿，然后大家有什么问题可以问一问。
So CCTV News has this Weibo text in
官
here.
方的话，它有好多人
Just
在
now,
拍
the first flight
我们
test of a
现
new
在
generation
有
of
那么一两个
medium-sized
人在
carrier
弄。
rocket, independently developed by China, was successfully carried out at the Wenchang Space Launch Site in China.
谢
The
谢一
rocket
公里的
flew
办
normally
卡，
and
多
the
谢支
test
持。
was a complete
小
success.
熊座流星雨的话，我晚
Bless China
上试一试吧。
Aerospace
我晚
and
上
yeah,
我晚上因为晚上的话，我
wow.
们可能会播一下小熊座的流星雨。
That's so cool to hear. Our space, our future. No, I don't read Chinese. I don't know Chinese, but Google Translate do know, right? If it has been a success, so when will there be a launch coverage? I think we won't be having the coverage. I think so. It seems very unlikely now because they are just going in with some other news coverage right now, and no, I don't think so. So I think I can end this stream right now, and yeah, I'm also waiting for that Taiwan. Although we had one video, but that's not very good quality, but it does have a launch sound which you could have heard also right now. Yes, it does have an English channel, but in that also nothing is there. If you want to hear the launch sound video, we do have it one. I can have it for you also. Let me just change it, just a sec. But it's not a good quality video, that's why I was reluctant to for you to see that. So here you can see that. This much only we had, only this much. That was the case. It was we actually thought that the thrust to weight ratio is very high, and that's why it just quickly disappeared into the skies, but that was not the case. Seeing this video, it is like really going in very slowly. You see it. So this is what we had. So guys, I don't think so there will be any coverage of the CCTV right now, maybe after some time. So I don't think so it will be worth the wait, because we don't know whether it will be covered or not. Although they should have covered it, maybe right now the mission is still ongoing with the second stage, but we don't know. So yeah, that's why they're not covering it. African news, I don't know. I am not seeing that thing. Yes, Emery Hurst. We had an empty launch pad, and that means we have a successful launch. That's what we want. Yeah, exactly. Just, I think we can only just see this launch once again, and then maybe I can end the stream. Okay guys, whenever anything happens, I mean if we have any good video released by officials, I'll post it into the community post, so don't worry about it. And yes, you can subscribe for more awesome content. I think on 28th December we have one launch of the Arianespace Soyuz launch only, so do look out for that, and let's hope that is also a successful launch. Let's end this stream by looking at the launch itself once. Here we are. Ignition and liftoff. And then it went into the sky, but in this just 3 seconds or so we witnessed the booster ignition also at the launch pad, not in the air, and we also witnessed a roll which they did, and obviously the flames and this what do you call this smoke which it comes out of the rocket. Okay, thank you so much guys, that's pretty much about it. Thank you, very bad thanks Taiwan for that super chat, really appreciate that. And thanks Labrat. Okay, so we'll meet again on 28th, I suppose, if China does not surprise us with another launch. So yeah, on 28th we'll meet again with the final launch of 2020, hopefully, of the Arianespace launch, the Soyuz rocket, on 28th December. Until then, this is Piyanshu Rohila. You just saw Rocket Gyan. Stay safe, stay healthy, and
增强全球资源的配置能力。
棕榈油主要用于方便面、饼干等加工食品和化妆品、香皂等方面。我国是世界上第2大棕榈油进口国和世界上第3大棕榈油消费国。2019年，我国共消费棕榈油646万吨，接近全球产量的10%。目前，我国已经有棕榈油、原油、铁矿石等7个国际化期货品种。
近期，铁矿石市场价格波动频繁，大连商品交易所发布公告， 自2020年
Guys,
12月
this is
22号
the launch coverage. They are doing it, so I just switched over to it. Maybe you can view it now. I don't know.
数
Just
据
a
显示
sec.
呢，从10月
This is
27号
launch
至
coverage
今
they are
不到2
doing.
个月的时间，
I'm
铁矿石期货主力
going
合
in
约
for
涨
that.
幅接近60%，而海外市场铁矿石商品交易同样出现暴涨现象。面对铁矿石
需求，
实际上，
新一代。数据显示呢，从10月27号至今不到。
我国已研制成功的新一代运载火箭，由于各自的定位和使命不同，无法很好地满足3吨至4.5吨太阳同步轨道发射需求。
实际上呢，我们国家也有运载能力很强的火箭，但是对于太阳同步轨道700公里、3到4.5吨，甚至是4.5吨以上的话，我们现在的运载火箭呢，运载能力呢不是特别的适合，就是要么火箭运载能力偏大。 这样使得它的经济性呢有所下降，要么就运载能力偏小，一般都不超过3吨。而未来的这个商业航天的发射，尤其是星座的发射，一箭多星，对这个3到4.5吨，甚至是5吨以上这样的需求呢非常迫切。
在这种背景之下，长征8号运载火箭应运而生。本次发射的长征8号火箭采用心级捆绑2枚助推器构型，全长约50.3米，起飞推力约480吨。 这样的配置特别适合地球同步轨道3至5吨的发射需求，尤其是此次火箭顶部包裹卫星的整流罩，是目前我国中型运载火箭当中最大的一款。
现在的运载火箭呢，运载能力呢不是特别的适合，就是要么火箭运载能力偏大。 这样使得它的经济性呢有所下降，要么就运载能力偏小，一般都不超过3吨。而未来的这个商业航天的发射，尤其是星座的发射，一箭多星，对这个3到4.5吨，甚至是5吨以上这样的需求呢非常迫切。
在这种背景之下，长征8号运载火箭应运而生。本次发射的长征8号火箭采用心级捆绑2枚助推器构型，全长约50.3米，起飞推力约480吨。 这样的配置特别适合地球同步轨道3至5吨的发射需求，尤其是此次火箭顶部包裹卫星的整流罩，是目前我国中型运载火箭当中最大的一款，特别适合一箭多星发射。
卫星的这个载荷呢，重量它不是很大，但是天线很大，天线很大就需要有一个很大的罩子，所以我们这次采用的是4.2米的一个整合罩，高度是12米，这样能够把。 重量不是很重，但是它个头比较大的这么一型卫星能够送上天。
长征8号火箭首飞成功，将和长征5号、长征6号、长征7号、长征11号等新一代运载火箭形成更加优化合理的能力布局，使我国运载火箭型谱更加完善，形成不同发射任务需求的全覆盖。后续长征8号还能够调整助推器数量，形成不同的运载能力。 通过不断迭代优化，提升竞争力，形成。
长征8号运载火箭在研制过程中遵循模块化、系列化、组合化的发展思路，充分继承在役型号的产品和技术，借鉴已有的试验验证成果，实现型号快速集成研制。
长征8号运载火箭最突出的特点呢，就是采用了模块化的设计理念。什么叫模块化呢？我们一起来看一下。 在火箭中部标有“中国航天”字样的这一部分呢，叫做新2级。这个部分呢，就是采用了长征3号甲系列火箭的一个模块。而再往下，我们看到这个标有 CZ8这一部分呢，是新1级，和2个助推器呢，则是采用了长征7号系列火箭的一个模块。采用这种现有的成熟模块呢。
No, it's a successful mission, guys. Don't worry about it. It's just a news coverage which is going on right now.
结合自身的特点，开展新技术验证，实现了继承和创新的高度融合。
长征8号火箭从立项研制到首飞成功，仅用时3年多时间，创造了我国运载火箭研制时间最短的记录。这正是由于其贯彻了模块化的研制思路， 快速完成研制，并适合大批量生产，符合运载火箭产业化发展思路。
它的那个一级和助推模块啊，那个已经经历过研制了，将近8年的研制时间。我们的24级呢是采用长三角系列模块，上百次的飞行实验了，把这2个成熟模块组合在一起，那个经过验证以后，我们这个一方面是提高了可靠性，也确实也降低了我们的研制工作量，确实是能够大大的压缩我们的研制的那个周期和成本。
然而，采用模块化设计并不是简单的把现有成熟模块直接拼接在一起就可以了，在这其中需要进行大量优化设计。此次首飞，长征8号突破基于模块组合的快速集成设计等一批关键新技术，使继承和创新得到充分融合。
我们下面是1期长期的，上面是3甲的，它的接口本身是不一致的，接口上我们就要去考虑很多的这个匹配性。
我们外形上看，或者从硬件产品上看都是一样的，但是我们在弹道的设计、飞行坡面的设计，以及在飞行过程中的自主控制方面，我们要进行一些调整，找到适合它、让它舒适飞行的飞行坡面、飞行管道，从而实现这个组合型的这个目的。这是它的一个设计的难度。
长征8号作为我国新一代中型运载火箭，能够满足多种轨道高度的发射需求，但是它的主要目标是着眼于太阳同步轨道的发射任务。为什么要以这种轨道为主要目标？发展前景又怎么样的？我们一起来了解一下。
太阳同步轨道是距离地面高度大约500到1000公里的圆形轨道。在这个轨道上运行的卫星可以像太阳一样，每天在同一时间经过同一地点上空。气象卫星、地球资源卫星等一般都选取这个轨道。
它的经过某一个地方的那个时间，每一天都是同一个时间。比如说它经过北京上空是下午2点，那它可能每天都是在下午2点左右经过北京上空。这样呢，可能每一天经过的时间不是很多，但是长时间这样数据积累起来，我们就可以看这个地区啊长期的一些变化。
长征8号运载火箭凭借在太阳同步轨道3.5到5吨的发射能力，特别适合当前卫星市场需求，可以以一箭一星或一箭多星的形式进行发射，将逐步成为我国中低轨火箭的主力，能够承担低轨卫星互联网系统组网等发射任务。
互联网卫星的这个建设过程中啊，它将实现一箭多星。你比方说，如果它要是在400公斤左右，我们一箭可以打16星。14、15期间，这个太阳同步轨道的卫星将占到我们国家未来发射卫星的50%到60%。
目前，国内外商业卫星市场发展迅速，尤其在太阳同步轨道上，有大量卫星需要组网运行。如低轨光学遥感卫星、导航卫星以及互联网宽带卫星，这些卫星要实现全球覆盖，少则10几颗，多则数百颗。因此，长征8号火箭未来发射需求极大。
目前根据任务的需求，如果我们有足够的这个产能的话，我们从2022年对我们的要求是年发射量30次。
记者从中国国家铁路集团有限公司了解到，从2021年1月20号0时起，全国铁路将实施新的列车运行图，增开旅客列车325列，主要货运通道增开货物列车114列。调图之后呢，全国铁路客货列车开行总量分别达到10203列、20513列。新运行图的旅客列车车票。
So guys, I think it is pretty much about it. Now the news has changed. So yeah. Now they are not showing that. So yeah, so it was a very successful mission as well. As far as I understood, they launched successfully 5 satellites into the space, and the mission was total success, 100% complete success with their new rocket, the Long March 8 rocket, which will be further be modified to be reused in around 3 years from now. The version for that will be Long March 8R rocket. We don't know for sure right now what will be the payload penalty for that, but we know for certain that this thing which you are seeing right now will be reused in some years from now, and they are working on the technology. and we can see this thing again land back to the drone ship kind of a thing, like SpaceX does, because this, and we will be having some videos once they are fully successful, the live stream videos I must say, because this thing is a commercialized rocket, and they want to have a good PR to have attract customers. That's must I say that. Luke F. Tivney says that basically it says the LM8 uses modular design for different payload, and there will be a huge demand for this type of rocket. Obviously, this, yes, okay. So thanks for that. And demand is a thing which they have to look in for, because this rocket is for commercial satellites. So yeah, that's what they have looked to go for. And now I think I can just end the stream with the animation of what will be there with the rocket. I mean, how will it be planned, and how the everything will go like. So here we have, so here you can see that the side boosters didn't ignite and the flight in the during the ignition time, but here during the actual flight we saw that the side boosters actually ignited from the ground. Now the max Q, the space separation, so this will be like SpaceX type of landing with the propulsion and all. So yeah, now it is entering the atmosphere, although it does not have the something like entry burn also, but I believe there will be one. So you can see the boosters are still attached, and this is how it is planning to land with the boosters attached. Landing sled deployed, and now the landing with the one of the YF-100 engine igniting on the central stage. Yep, this is how it is going to do. So yeah, so thank you so much for tuning in, and yeah, I think I should end the stream now. Thank you so much for tuning in. The mission was fully success, full success. I am so happy for it, and let's hope China progresses with this rocket. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Until then, this is Priyanshu Roila. You just saw Rocket Gyan.